Beatmaking Basics.
What's going on YouTube? Beatmaking Basics back again with another dope video. If you're new to my channel, please do me a favor, go ahead and subscribe as well as give me a thumbs up because we're coming back to back with bangers. Now today's video is going to be for producers that are new to Logic Pro 10 and you want to know how to make a trap beat in Logic Pro 10 using stock sounds, okay? Using stock sounds. So we're actually not going to be using any kits, third-party samplers, or anything like that. So let's go ahead and jump in. So the first thing we're going to do is we'll actually start off with a default patch here, and we're going to start off with a basic melody, all right? So we'll push create here. Actually, what's going to happen, as you saw, your library is going to pull up. Your library is at the top left of the screen. You can actually pick instruments here, and all of these are basically folders. So for instance, if you click on synthesizer, you have all these other folders here. So let's just go ahead and click on Bell. Let's start there and see what we can. So just so you can see what I've got going on, I'm gonna turn on musical typing. If you push Command K on your keyboard, you can turn that on and you can just see what I'm playing here. So the first things first is coming up with a melody. We can go ahead and also push this BPM up to maybe like 130. And let's just kind of play around here. So the key to this when it comes to like a trap beat is keeping things simple. As you can see, really those are with only 3 notes. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and lay this down now. So I'm going to push record, push R in my keyboard, and we're going to lay this down. Right after you record your melody, this will be a good thing to do is just double click on this and it's going to open up the piano roll, and you can come in here and actually move notes around if you need to, or just quantize it in a quick, simple click of a button. So quantizing is basically going to lock things in place. So I'll put this 1/8 swing. You saw how that just locked everything in place. Now let's check it out. All right, bet. So we have a good solid melody started. I'm actually gonna turn this BPM up just a little bit. We'll do a little 137, let's say. And now let's start working on the drums. And again, we're gonna keep everything stock. So let's just go ahead and go software instrument track. And instead of going to default patch, we can go to this drum synth, okay? This drum synth is going to be available in Logic 10.5 or 7. Basically what this drum synth is Logic's drum kit maker, basically. Okay, so you have different things you can select here. So I have a kick, you can do heavy kicks, hard kick, different presets. So what we'll do is we'll start over here with this heavy kick, and I'm gonna turn this into an 808 actually. All right, cool. I started up higher on the keyboard, and basically now we can go to a lower note. Cool, so we got an 808 going. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and name this, and we're gonna come up with an 808 pattern. How I'm gonna do that is just listen to the melody and then do something that will kind of go along with it. But before I do that, I got to figure out the tune of the 808. So I know that the note right here to start, the first note is. So now that I found my the root note of the melody, now I can go ahead and play my 808. Bet. So we got the 808 knocked out. We got, you know, a melody. Let's go ahead and quantize this 808. A quick little tip here when it comes to quantizing. The larger the number here, the more detailed the pattern needs to be. Vice versa, if you have a simple pattern, you want to go with a lower number here. So since this is a simple pattern, I'm going to go with this 1/8, if that makes sense. Let's check this out now. So cool. So we got the 808. Now let's keep on going down the list here. We're gonna keep on going with this drum synth, and actually, you know what? Instead of going with this drum synth, there are plenty of actual sounds that we could do as far as drums right here in our default patches. So I could do that, and we'll go to drum kit. We have these different producer kits that you can get if you are using Logic Pro 10.7. So this is for you all. So let's just go ahead and see what we got here. Dirty Jungle. I'm not really seeing anything that's like trap or whatever. All right, cool. So we found a kit that will work. Now let's go ahead and lay down this clap. And as you can hear, that clap is super low in the mix. Like, what the heck? So I had to go ahead and fix that clap a little bit. Basically, you saw me go in here to the EQ, took out some of the lows, boosted a little bit of the highs, just because it sounded a little muddy. I'm gonna double this. We'll keep on working with this kit. So I push Command D. I'm also going to go ahead and pull this musical typing back up, Command K, and just so you can see what I'm playing here. Let's go ahead and work on some hi-hats. I could go ahead and play this in here, or I can click on the scissors and we can draw the hi-hat pattern in. Cool thing with when you pull up these kits, you can actually see the actual, what the name of it is, everything is. So I know for sure this is a hi-hat. So let's go ahead and lay this down. So I'll just start off by holding down Command, click right here. And I created a note, and then I can make this note short or long. So let's start with a shorter note like this. Click on that, and then we're gonna just basically do something like this. We can highlight this, Command C, copy it, move the playhead, boom, boom, boom. And then I can come over here and Command A to highlight everything, Command C to copy it, Command V to paste it. right, and once you have like a simple hi-hat pattern, you can come in here and add other notes to make this more detailed. Just click on one of the notes and I can just add it here in this pattern. And if you want to like do like some type of crazy hi-hat roll, you can do that. Simplest way to do it is just kind of like, as you see me put notes, like zoom in and put notes on each of these little 1/16 sections, and then you can just take it and just drag it like that. All I'm doing is holding down Option once I highlighted everything and moved it over. So just check it out now. So we got a cool vibe going here. I'm gonna go ahead and name that. We'll double this by pushing Command D, and then I'm gonna keep on going down here and working on adding some more to this beat. So we'll do an open hi-hat this time. We're actually gonna go back to our drum synth. Quick way to go ahead and pull that up is this 808 is already a drum synth. I can just Command D and that's gonna double it. Then I can come in here and go to snares. So you can come in here on the snare and we can like affect how it sounds. Like this dirt, it's gonna make it sound a little bit more saturation to it. The decay is how long the note's gonna like last. So we'll start off with doing this for our snare. Next thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and do a kick drum pattern, and we just keep that super simple. So what we're going to want to do is turn off this EQ I have on this. All right, bet. So we're just gonna lay down a simple kick drum pattern. So we'll go ahead and quantize this, and then also we can add some more notes in here. So if you just click on one of these notes, it's going to copy the velocity settings and also how long or short the note is. And then I can come in here and just now push Command to add notes. Okay, cool. So we have the beat at this point. Next thing I would do is just add maybe a couple more things to this actual melody. The melody is cool, but it's gonna need a little bit more to make this, everything it needs to be. So what I'll do is I went ahead and I created a new software instrument track. Let's go ahead and start off with maybe adding like a piano. We'll go with this grand piano right here, and you can just do like a lower note to kind of follow this up. So this is a trap beat. Now that we have that piano laid down, what we can do is actually come in, double this by pushing Command D, and I hold down Option to drag this down, and I can put like a higher pitched piano sound on here. All right, cool. So just a little quick tip: if you hold down Option, okay, and if you push Shift and then push the up arrow, it's instantly going to move this up an octave. Okay, so basically highlighted everything. Command A, same vice versa. Option Shift, and you push the down arrow, it takes it down an octave. So let's just check out the beat now. Cool. So we have these two piano sounds, which are pretty dope, and I feel like really brings this beat, in. The next thing we're gonna want to do though is go ahead and let's just tweak some of these sounds, just to make some of these drum sounds pop out on the mix. We could start off with this hi-hat. You know what I'm saying? Just by putting on a compressor. You can see a big difference between the way it sounded before. So sometimes you do have to, like on these stock sounds, add like a compressor on it just to boost the signal and make it sound a little bit more fuller. I have a low ratio on this. The threshold is low, and then we have the makeup gain. Just turn that up. The tap is fairly low as well. So that's what we got going for the hi-hat. We could do the same thing for the clap and all these other instruments. So like as you were hearing, what I was doing with the compressor on this too, basically made the clap sound a little bit louder and fuller without it clipping. So like if you turn this off, it comes in hitting a whole lot harder. So I have the attack low and then also the release low. The reason I had a release low is I don't want the I just really want that punchy sound of the compressor. So like if I had the release staying on there, you know what I'm saying, it would just keep that compressor sound going. And I just don't want that. I just wanted to make it punchy. Anyway, low ratio, low threshold, high, a little bit higher makeup gain. So that's what we got going for the clap. Let's go ahead and get this snare sounding a little better. So like how to EQ it. Again, we're also going to throw on one of these stock compressors on it. So last thing we'll worry about doing is the kick. I'll just take this back some. We're just gonna cut out just a little bit of the dBs here on the low end. Not dBs, but to cut out a little bit of frequency on the low end. All right, so same difference. Put this compressor on. So there's a little bit more work we have to do as far as, mixing this music, also going ahead and arranging it into song format and things of that nature. But as far as this being a solid trap beat that we've made in Logic Pro 10 using stock sounds, saying definitely this is what's up. Make sure that you if you want more videos from me, make sure that you get subscribed. If you want even more content, make sure you go to my website, beatmakingbasics.com. We have some exclusive content there, video courses that have hours and hours of content that you can actually download. Okay, and then once you download it, it'll be on your computer. You don't have to have an internet connection after the courses are downloaded onto your computer. And we also have loop packs. So make sure that you grab some of those courses and loop packs and stuff from my site, beatmakingbasics.com. Thank you so much for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like today's content, and I'll holler at you in another video. We're out.